The first step to making your Google slide is to obviously take your photos, and then I recommend making a folder on your desktop, and you can just call it pictures, and moving all of your photographs of the book into that pictures folder. So that's the only thing there. If you take your photos in order, start like as you would read it, when you drag them into that folder, the file names will automatically keep them in order, so you don't have to keep going back and comparing pages. As long as you keep your folder organized so that it's a list view instead of a grid view, that will help you manage that organizational. Yeah, see this grid view? Not cool. Go back to the list view. Okay, close out of that pictures folder, open up a Google Chrome browser, and you can access Google Slides by typing Google Slides into the browser search bar, and then click on Go to Google Slides. Or, I'm going to start over. Since you're using Google Drive and all the other Google applications, you can click on that App button in the top left corner of your browser, and then just scroll down and click on the yellow Google Slides icon. When you get it open, you're going to click on the plus sign that says blank. We're going to start a fresh presentation, and it will automatically open up with the options for themes on the right side of your browser. There's plenty of options. However, let's keep it simple. Find the second one called Simple Dark. Click on it, and it will open up. You can X out of that themes bar. Click to add title. I'm going to add Pet Show in the top. Click to add subtitle. I'm going to type in by Ezra Jack Keats. So when you start your slideshow, it's automatically going to give you a title page first. You want to add more slides for your other pages. You can go to Insert, scroll down to New Slide. You can click on each text box manually and then delete them. Or you can select, like draw a box over it and delete that way. Now you can manually go through and say Insert, New Slide for each subsequent slide. Or you can just click on Command M repeatedly, and that will give you a new slide each time you do it. When I make my presentations, I like to give myself a 20 slide minimum head start so that I don't have to go through and do one at a time. And then go back through on each slide, highlight all the unnecessary text boxes, and delete those. I'm not going to make you watch me do all of mine. Okay, so you should be ready to find that second slide. Open up your pictures folder again. Find the very top image. And actually, I like to make my browser a little bit smaller so that I can see my browser and my pictures folder at the same time. It'll make dragging and dropping the images a lot simpler. So your files, again, should be in order, the pages of the book. So if you start at the top, it should be your cover image. You're going to drag it over to that slide. You should see the file name should turn blue, and then when you release, unclick, the image will show up. And it's not facing the correct direction, and that's okay, we'll worry about that later. You're going to click on the next slide, and one at a time, you're going to drag images from your pictures folder over to each new slide. So each slide will have its own image. I highly recommend having the images moved over to each slide before you worry about making sure the images are cropped or rotated correctly. And you'll notice if you watch if you watch all of this, I will accidentally drag the wrong image over or I'll repeat them. And if that happens, it's not a big deal. All you have to do is delete that one, go back, find the correct image, and then replace it. This part is tedious, but easy enough once you get the hang of it. So here I've gotten to the end of my slides and realized I need one more for my final image. Oh, saving your changes is taking longer than usual. Editing is temporarily disabled. If this happens to you, don't worry about it. It'll probably give you 30 seconds to a minute of wait time, and you can continue like I am. Insert, new slide, then you can drag your final image over. Okay, now we're ready for formatting. Click out of your pictures folder, you don't need that. Expand your browser so you can see better. All right, so our image is upside down and has a bunch of unnecessary stuff in it. We are going to crop. So click on your image, make sure you see those blue squares in the corners and the midpoints. And you're going to go up to your toolbar. And if you scroll over, you can see each icon is labeled with what it does. Find the crop icon and click on that. When you click on it, you'll notice in the corners where those blue areas are, there are now black corners and black lines. Click on one of those little black lines and you can drag it down so that it frames the area of the image you would like to keep. You'll notice that the original image is still visible within the blue boxes. So you move each black line to the correct size and you click enter and voila! Now in order to rotate the image, you're going to find a little black circle sticking out there. You can click on that and use your mouse to spin it clockwise or counterclockwise. It shows you the degrees at the bottom as you move it. So you can look for 180 degrees, or as you move it, you'll kind of feel the image want to be perfectly squared. It's kind of hard to explain. But once you get it the way you want it, you let go, deselect the image, and now it is facing the correct direction. Click on the image to move it up. Click on the lower right square, little blue square there, and expand the image so that it fits better within the slide. And then you can use your up and down arrows on your keyboard to center the image as you like it. And then that one's done. You can move on to the next slide. So we do the same thing. Click, find the crop button, click on that. Use the little black lines around the edge to frame the image as you would like it. Aha, so sometimes you will accidentally move the blue boxes and shrink the image rather than crop it. If that happens, go to Edit, Undo, and all is well. Just make sure you're really looking for that little black line to move instead. Much better. Click Enter. Find your rotate, little circle on a stick. Move the image up. Use the little blue square in the bottom corner to expand it. You can use your arrows to move the image. And then you go on to the next one. I'm not going to make you do that, so I will show you on one of the cover page how to do a smaller image. It is the exact same steps. Crop, frame the image with the black lines, click enter, rotate the image clockwise or counterclockwise. Oop, I will try again. There we go. With the smaller images, I like to center them. One trick to doing that is to click on the image and see there's a horizontal line. If you have it, the horizontal red line, then it is centered horizontally. And if the red vertical line appears, then it's centered vertically. The goal is to find that crosshair, and then you can let go of the mouse. Beautiful. And do the same thing on the next smaller image. Crop. It is really just the same steps over and over and over again. Expand the image. Click and drag. Find those crosshairs so your image is centered in the slide. Voila. Release. And there you go. Okay. Now, if you want to title your presentation, you're going to go up to the top left part of the screen where it says Untitled Presentation. Click, and it will supply you with an example title. I'm going to add the author. Perfect. Now to share with colleagues, go over to the right side of your screen, click on Share. Type in the email addresses of whomever you would like to see it. And click Send. Perfect. Now to present your image to your students, or your slideshow, go to the right side, click on the little play button and present. And then you can use the icons on your screen, or you can use the arrows on your keyboard to scroll through your presentation. All done. Thank you.